Boom, and we are live. Episode 71. Got it right this time.
You did
with
it.
Mr. Richard Schmidt from the Pelican at Chandeleur Island, man. I am Jared Seymour.
My name is Joe Cates.
And we got a great one for you today, man. We're going to talk about the Pelican. I don't know if you've ever heard about it or not. I hope you have. But it is a floating barge out at Chandeleur Island that you can book trips on, or two, I should say, overnight stays at some of the best fishing grounds that we have around here. I think that goes without saying. Most people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Before we jump into the episode, though, first thing we got to do is we got to mention our sponsor, and that is, let me flash him up here on the screen. That's Dr. Robbie Williams at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. Big supporter of the show. He helps us keep things going around here. And if you're looking for a great local dentist, go check him out. He's on all the social platforms at Southern Magnolia Smiles, or you can look him up on their website, www.southernmagnoliasmiles.com, or you can reach out to him on the landline at 228-215-1202. And if you want to go in there and get your teeth clean, man, he does a great job, and he'll even talk fishing with you, talk beer drinking, whatever you want to do, man. He's a great guy, and we really appreciate him. So without further ado, Mr. Richard is in the studio with us, man. You can give us a wave to that camera right there. Say hello.
What's up, Mr. Richard?
Man, we got a lot of questions for you here. We want to know, how did you get started? Because you just recently took over ownership of the Pelican. Is that correct?
Yes, it's a group of friends of mine and I are kind of went in as partners, and we closed the deal a couple weeks ago. It's been a long process, and now the work has begun. So it's exciting.
That's awesome, man.
Well, for those who don't know what the Pelican is, can you explain the Pelican in your eyes what it is?
Okay, man. The Pelican is like an oasis out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. It's a floating barge. We have a galley that's about 48 by 60, and we have a bunkhouse that's 48 by 60 or so, and then a crew quarter and a place to hang out with a big observation deck over the on top, so you can kind of watch the sunsets and everything.
I got a picture that I can flash right now from your Facebook page. Yeah,
because it's a little piece of heaven on earth if you've never been there.
Look at that. Check that out, people watching there. That's I don't know why you wouldn't want to experience something like that.
Oh man, yeah. If it's there's a couple things, and Mark Stelby has told me whenever he transferred the business to me that I can't control the fishing and I can't control the weather, but what we can control is the experience. So
absolutely,
we're going to try to up that experience and make it better for everybody, because I can't make the fish bite as hard as I try.
It's pretty easy though at Chandeleur most of the time.
That's right.
Most of the time
we talk to a lot of charter boat captains on here, and they all kind of say the same thing. I mean, you can't guarantee the bite.
Right.
I think you're in a better position than most of them
yes.
are. But like you said, you can guarantee that if you come out there, you're going to hang around some good company. You're going to have a great time. The scenery and the backdrop's not too shabby either, right?
And the food, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Yeah.
What kind of setup you got food wise? I'm a big kid. Tell me about
it. We like to eat on this show.
Talk to me about that.
Well, generally the first night we either have fillets or ribeyes, and I try to work that out off the bat before you get there. Like, what do you guys want? And the next night it's usually some shrimp and grits or some local cuisine, and then the third night we'll try to fry the fish.
Did we call it? Yeah.
Who doesn't like fried fish?
Shouldn't be out there if you know.
That's right. And it's swimming that morning, and we're eating it that afternoon. So
can't get any fresher than that.
No, man.
That's right.
It's great.
Mr. Sam Davis in the comments says Smith with a question mark, and he said, "Come on, man. I don't know if I just didn't enunciate right, but I did say Schmidt. I thought I did. Anyway.
I heard you.
Schmidt.
Right.
Not Smith. Not Smith. Schmidt. There we go. Yeah. But I usually make a mistake within the first 5 seconds
I thought
of
you were
the show.
pretty clean today.
I tried. I'll work on my my enunciations there. Yeah. But yeah. So local cuisine on one of the nights. Hopefully fish that you caught yourself.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. I love it whenever pompanos show up, and that's on.
Those are delicious. A lot of people don't know about them. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Catch them and throw them back.
So good. And floundering at night. I mean, gosh, there's just so many things to do. If you just, I'm not that adventurous. I'm not that mad at the fish. I really want to enjoy the sunset and a cold drink on that upper deck.
No doubt.
At night. So.
That was going to be one of my questions. If there's any beer drinking or bourbon selection on the, got a funny feeling there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's all part of it.
So to get out here, this is something that you book, but do you offer transportation? You got to bring transportation?
Yes, absolutely. Part of our package is it's $1,100 for 3 nights and really 4.5 days of fishing. And that includes transportation out with Todd Sojohn. He has a 34-foot twin V, and he can carry.
Nice little ride.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's a soft ride. It's amazing. And he can carry all 8 passengers in their gear, and he can shove all their junk. And you would be surprised how much stuff people bring for
Oh, I
3
bet.
nights that never even comes out of the box. I mean,
Right.
And he can shove all that stuff in the center console, and it's like you never even see it, and it's just people sitting on the deck with ice chests and usually extra fuel. So
That makes it a lot
Yeah,
more fun
no
when you got a
doubt.
smooth ride to get out
oh
there.
my god,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
man.
So you book it, you get to the dock. Where's he pick them up usually?
Ocean Springs Harbor, and they
Okay.
usually leave at noon, so you get to fish that whole afternoon. It's about an hour ride, and that's whenever they come in, and Todd and Ty Cox, that's my my crew right now.
That's Jason's dad, right?
Yeah, you
He's
know
been out there.
Jason.
He's been out there forever,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
he's got barnacles on him.
Good
man.
job, man. He saved our butt one day. I'll go into this later, but he saved our butt one day.
He can, and he can flat out cook, man. So he'll have your steaks ready when you get in from fishing that night, and a cocktail waiting on you whenever you get in, and just
Life's good.
oh
Yeah.
man, my
Life's
God,
good.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
awesome,
Oh
man.
yeah. And then next morning he's making your breakfast before you get up. You can smell it before you get out of bed, and
Yeah.
I bet Beckett smells 3 times better on the Chandeleur
you
Island.
better believe it, man.
I tell you what we can do real quick. I can pull that video up that you said, the drone video.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
go ahead
awesome.
and flash that just so that if people are watching, I got a feeling a lot of people know exactly what we're talking about. But one question coming in before I do that, it says, did he say it's $1,100 for 8 people?
$1,100 per person, and we need 8 people to fill the
Okay.
trip.
Okay.
And that includes your transportation.
Okay.
All right.
And so our trips run from Thursday at noon. We'll pick you up at the dock, and you leave Sunday at noon. And we the next trip, when we drop you off at on Sunday, we're going to pick up the next people, and we're going to fish them
Do
till
the
Wednesday.
same
at
way.
noon. That's
Right.
right. And right now we're blessed, man. We are booked back to back for till mid-July, I think, and
Oh,
then
Really?
yes,
Wow.
and October's booked up too, which is
That's
fun.
awesome, man.
October's a tough month. That's my favorite time of the year.
It is the
Yeah,
best
I love
time.
Oh,
it.
man.
God.
It's the best weather there is.
We
I
always
think.
go camping in like Deer Island
Right.
Yeah.
in October, and it's
Yeah,
the
my
best weather.
birthday's the middle of October, and it seems perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
You take the families and go hang out. It's great.
Love
It's
it.
beautiful.
man.
Let me see if I can pull that video up real quick here. I'll throw it into the stream. We got it right here. We're going to go ahead and solo out. So people that are watching, this is what we're talking about. If you never heard about it before, people that are watching the video, at least you'll be able to see it here. Check this out. This is the drone footage going around the barge here, anchored up, right, super close to the island, right?
Oh
Right.
yeah. It's protected.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so protected. It's withstood Hurricane Zeta.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It was there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was there. I was a bit nervous. The deal hadn't closed yet, and I was like, "Mark, what are we gonna do?"
You sure it's still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we signed these papers,
That's
you're
right. We
still
still have a
there.
deal. I drove
Yeah.
out the very first day I could get out there, and was pleasantly surprised.
There we go, man.
Really?
We got it. We got it did a good job. So yeah, that looks like people, like we're saying. I mean, that's definitely a slice of heaven right there to be hanging out. You got the skiffs. You can take people even closer than
Oh,
what you
yeah.
already are.
Mhm. And and so we're on the inside, so you never have to cross any open water to get to the good fishing. And gosh, recently the fishing, I don't want to divulge any spots because the last time I was out there were 30 people in this one spot because apparently the word got out.
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's kinda
Praise
how that
social
goes.
media. Here it
Right,
comes, man.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a blessing and a curse.
Tell me who's in the water. huh?
100%.
Oh man.
100%.
But yeah, it's so yeah, the fishing's been great.
Yeah.
Right
So-
around the house.
So what do we need to bring? So I've
Okay.
never been out there before. What do we need to bring at the dock?
Man, I'm pretty much a minimalist. I show up with a backpack with some, wading pants and toothbrush
Right.
and a couple of shirts.
Right.
And a couple ice chests full of cold beer.
Mhm.
Nice.
So, but a lot of people bring, just whatever. Just like a lot of people like the wading, back belt for wading and some,
Yeah.
rod. But we're gonna have nets. We're gonna have stringers. We're gonna have your, we're gonna have as much ice as we can possibly bring out there. But you just need to bring your clothes. Show up.
So
with a little
food wise, drink wise, water, all that
backpack.
stuff.
We're gonna have your water, any alcohol you want to bring. Bring your beer
Yeah.
and your liquor or whatever you want. you know.
Okay.
And it turns out nobody likes to bring any liquor back because
Yeah.
they,
Might as well drink it.
they don't
while
tell
it's
their wives that they drink, so they can't bring it back to
You
shore.
must have a lot of Baptists going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Sam
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah. Just kidding. Just kidding.
there. Don't run Sam Davis off. He keeps buying our beanies. You can't run him off yet.
But it's yeah. So we actually have a lot of leftover stock that we're not allowed to sell, but it just happens to be there.
Right.
Right.
If you were to happen to open it up and pour it into a cup
Right.
and
Yeah.
maybe drink it, that's on you, right?
Could be there.
It happens. That's
Yeah.
right.
Sweet.
But-
What another thing you wanted to point out, the skiffs, right? The skiffs,
Yes.
you actually have skiffs that you can rent.
Well,
Or how does that
the
work?
skiffs come with the deal.
Okay. The
So
skiffs are with the
yeah,
deal.
that's part of the package. So you wake up in the morning, you got a skiff, you can put your tackle box in there and your fishing rod, and you wake up in the morning, just go, come back for lunch or not, and
Right.
fish all day and just use it like it's yours.
And you got how many people on staff out there at one time?
We got two.
Two
Right
people.
now it's Todd Sojourn and Ty Cox.
Okay.
And
and
they've been
and
there
they know
forever.
where the fish are.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
They
like
can probably walk out and point to them, right?
yeah, those guys, man, they're so fishy. It's sick. I mean, I can be standing right next to Ty and he's catching every cast. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? He's like, man, you holding your mouth right? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look over at him and he's amazing.
I've been in that situation myself before where the guy next to me is just like murdering him. I'm standing there. I'm like, do I have a hook
Yeah.
on? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Do I
What's the
stink?
problem here? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Exactly.
But so when you're out there, what are you targeting? I mean, do y'all specify anything? Is there any type of you're not gonna do half day, whole day like a regular charter would, but like,
No.
is it just kind of a hey, this is where we think they're biting today, let's go over here kind of thing, or do y'all do any fly fishing out there, like anything like that?
Absolutely, man. That's 90% of what goes on out there right now is just people want speckled trout. The guy just called me a little while ago. Hey, do you think I can go out there and catch 50 speckled trout? I don't know. Can you fix like Ty Cox? I mean,
Yeah.
That's right.
So maybe, but yes, right now is prime. I mean, the redfish are thick. The redfish are
Yeah.
just flat out
Yep.
thick. So it's a fly fishing guy's paradise. The sight fishing is unreal. And that's my gig. I love fly fishing. I've been a fly fishing guide since 2000. Yeah, gosh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flash that picture that we're talking to you about right now. That's you, I think, there with that redfish.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so the water's so clear, and there's just floating bull redfish, and I love catching them. I love sight fishing. I love jack crevalle. I love fishing for sharks. Last May we sight fished big trout. Incredible. So yeah, there's just so many different species of fish. For me, it reminds me of like the African Sahara. There's so many different species of animals, and then you got these big sharks like the lions just running things.
Yeah, there's a few of them out there.
Yeah, wreaking havoc.
It's funny because people that maybe never been out there before, it is a different feeling. Like you kind of
It
feel
is.
like we're in their turf.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like you're a land animal here. You're not supposed to be.
Don't go into shark's house.
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't go on his turf and start trying to mess with him because he'll put you back in your place real quick.
Man, I used to wade fish so much. But I guess that was before kids. I wasn't really scared of sharks,
Yeah.
Yeah. But now that it seems like they're bigger and they got bigger
Yeah,
teeth,
faster.
and more teeth, and there's more of them. And so I stay in a perfectly good boat,
Yeah.
I'll walk around the outside beach a little bit in ankle deep water, but not. I don't really,
Yeah. We mentioned at the beginning that you just took over the
Yes.
Pelican. It's just now is in your hands.
Yeah.
What and you mentioned also you've been a fly fish guide since 2000. So
Yeah.
what possessed you to what were you doing before, and then what made you say, hey, this is the path I want to take?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, gosh, back in like 1994, I was running some people back and forth out to the Pelican for Mark, and he was gonna hire me to kind of do what Todd and Ty do, just to stay out there and
Dream job.
yes, absolutely. But I met this girl,
And so the story began.
Yeah.
Usually how it
Yeah,
starts.
that's exactly how it goes.
So and I was like, how am I gonna develop a relationship with this lady and stay while I'm
living 30
yeah.
miles offshore.
right, and Jody's gonna be there, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy.
No, he's an
Yeah.
asshole. He ruins many
Right.
things.
And so anyway, I canned that idea and started looking out for other jobs, and so I ended up marrying the girl and had my bachelor party at the Pelican.
Sweet.
Oh wow. So you got some history with that
I
place.
do,
You're
man.
not just some guy
Yeah.
who bought it.
Absolutely,
You had your
man.
name signed on the wall
Uh,
somewhere in
it's
there.
Probably so. And not long after we got married, Hurricane George blew it up on the island, and my wife came out and helped me. I helped. It was an amazing thing to see. There were everybody that knows Mark Stebley and the Pelican and it loves it. They showed up in their boats, and there were probably 100 people out there, and maybe 50 boats. And everybody was trying to push this big thing off the island,
Yeah.
and we called it the Great Pelican Pool because it was a big tug of war, and it moved. It didn't move.
It didn't.
Didn't
So
move
what
at all,
happened?
huh?
No. But anyway, thankfully they a couple guys stayed out there. I think Jason Stebley, Mark's brother, and Mark, and a couple guys, and they they figured out a plan, man. Mark is one of the most. He's a pretty crafty fella. You know, he could figure things out.
Got it off.
He got it off, man. Yeah, and it survived George. It did not survive Ivan. I think that's the one that crashed it.
Okay.
And he rebuilt it after Ivan, and this is the barge that's been sitting there since 2007, 2008.
Okay.
Had a good run. Still got a good
man,
run.
it's got a lot of life left in her.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. So.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's
so then you're doing that. You've been out there. You got the history with it. You took your bachelor party there. You said
yes, absolutely.
So what does the conversation start about you taking over? Like, where were you doing before that?
Well, you know, like I said, I've been and I'm selling insurance, you know, to help pay the bills.
Yeah.
But it's not my passion. You know? I mean,
you want to be fishing.
I want to be fishing. I mean, when the whole time I'm sitting in that office, I'm like, I want to be outside.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I'm 51. I figured out what I want to grow up to be.
So now is the time to start doing it.
So we're going to do it.
That's
you know, I don't have many years left. I need to go ahead and make this happen. And you know, the plan was maybe to pole the skiff and keep being a fly fishing guide. But man, I'm telling you, that's a long day. That's a young man's sport, pushing a boat around.
Oh, it's tough work.
Yeah. And I have some friends that are in their 70s still doing it. And those guys are, they're badass.
That's salty.
Real men.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. They're salty.
So anyway, this and this just, you know, it's going to be awesome. We're not going to change anything that Mark's been doing because he's obviously been successful at it since like
it for a while.
1985, I think, or maybe 83. He's done it forever. And,
if it ain't broke,
that's right.
Don't
keep rolling with it.
But we're gonna just make the experience better. Mark's tired, man. Anytime you've done something for such a long time, you know. I don't want to speak for him, but I have a feeling he's tired.
He's probably sitting on the couch right now watching this, drinking a beer.
Shoot, man, he's also old, so he's probably in bed.
Oh, he might be asleep. Then,
yeah, just kidding. Oh no, he's only 60 or something.
Yeah,
that
he's
old.
good. But I want to hear more about the what you're bringing in with the fly fishing.
Right.
Yes.
So that's one of the things, you know, traditionally the Pelican is never booked in August and September because it's so hot.
Yeah.
The trout bite kind of slows down, but the weather is perfect for fly fishing. There's no wind. It's the doldrums. So it's easy to get out there for fly guys. So I was running fly fishing trips out there for bull redfish, sharks, jack crevalle, really anything that's going to bite.
Yeah.
And you know, catching a 30-pound redfish on a rod that was meant for a 2-pound brook trout or something.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
I've never saltwater fly fish, but I've done freshwater before, like in creeks and stuff, and it's so much fun. So I can only imagine what it is when you take it to 11, like what that would be, right?
Yeah, you know the drill. I mean, it's but the great thing about saltwater fly fishing, you don't have to worry about hooking all the limbs and snagging the.
That's right.
And plus, the line is big enough now you can see to put it through your hook.
Yeah.
I hate freshwater fly fishing because I'm just like, man, I fished for an hour, didn't even have a fly on the end of my line because it was so small, man.
Yeah.
Now it's all saltwater gear, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a little heavier than your normal freshwater stuff. Just makes it easier to cast in the wind and actually tug on the fish a little easier. So
right. And I guess I'm sure you got different flies and different baits.
Yeah,
and everything like that.
I tie flies specific for the fish we want to catch. You know, the Chandeleur flies I'm tying are big. They're about that big, and usually white with big lead eyes on to get down because the fish at Chandeleur are, like I said, it's like an African Sahara. They are wild. And they're a little bit on edge because they're not the 30-pound bull redfish in the Biloxi Marsh is that's the king of the jungle right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not even close to the king of the jungle, Chandeleur.
No, you're just a minnow.
I've seen him get cut in half by bull sharks, you know.
Right. Well, that's awesome. But the actual you fish out of a actual Poland skiff, right?
Yes, I have an 18-foot Hell's Bay Poland skiff, and right now I have my Pelican Mule is a 21 Maverick, which is still a flats boat that I'm running back and forth to Chandeleur and hauling diesel and lumber and supplies, and that's we got to figure something out about that.
Yeah, you need a little bit bigger to jump.
Well, that's the thing. Mark Selby started off the business with an 18-foot boat he calls the Bull Minnow. It's still sitting in his yard. It's in pieces, but it's sitting in his yard. And So if it can be done with that, well, I can
No
manage
doubt.
with this little Maverick for now. So,
And we were talking before, you're in works of putting actual polling skiffs
yes,
at the Pelican,
at the Pelican.
right?
So yes, we are getting polling skiffs to try to encourage more fly fishermen to come out during the months that are not booked. Traditionally, the August and September, and because that's whenever fly fishing is the absolute best. And it's also incredible November, December, January, February, March. But the logistics of it are just so tough because the wind starts to blow and it
Right.
just doesn't let up,
Right.
man.
It's terrible.
So we got to figure something out about that. Try to. I'd love to get some of those months booked with some fly fishing guys, but I think it's going to be spur of the moment things like, hey, look, man, we have a weather window. Let's get it
Right.
on, and so it's going
Well, that was my next question. Are you going to be offering actual guided trips out there for fly fishing for people who've never done it before?
I would like to. It is not in my business plan as of yet because I want to see how this works as it is and then see
Right.
how I can incorporate it into it. I'd love to incorporate some rig trips out there. Somebody shows up and like, hey, man, let's jump in this, Todd's big
Catch some snapper?
Right. Yeah. Run out 2 rigs, go catch some snapper, Kobe, come back. But I just, man, I'm so green. I haven't even run my first trip, man. I'm like, what the heck? I don't know what I'm getting into.
Yeah. That's
But
good. I'm glad we
awesome,
got you
man.
on here early. We can document this.
That's
And
right.
We'll talk to you again in 6 months to a
Yeah,
year and be like,
absolutely,
hey,
man.
how's it been going?
That's right. The first trips are coming up Thursday, so we'll see how it works.
That's exciting,
Sweet.
man.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
exciting.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
It'd be good weather too.
It's
This weekend's supposed to be all right.
Supposed to
It's
be.
supposed to be good.
Yeah.
We got the rain out here actually tonight, so
Mhm.
the rest of the week should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean, you've been out there a bunch, but now it's like it's your thing now. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna have a little different vibe to you.
Oh, it's going to have a
afterward.
lot of different vibe. And no, I don't want to say a lot different vibe. It's just going to be, we're going to prop it up.
Right.
We're going to show it some love and put some time and effort into it. And, I don't think I want to change a whole lot that Mark's had working and he has such a great repeat clientele. People have been coming out there for years and they know what to expect. And I want to meet their expectations. I want to exceed their expectations by just going a little bit above and beyond what they've been getting over the past few years. So
That's one of the questions that we've I'm noticing kind of common themes that we ask the charter boat guys is your clientele. You said repeat business because you've got such a long history out there.
yes,
Is it mainly out of town people?
it is mainly out of town people.
Like a far majority is out of town guys?
I would say 90%. I have
Really?
That's the same thing that
Yeah.
David said the other day about 90%,
That's
which I don't know if
crazy.
I'm surprised by that or not. I guess
Yeah.
not.
No,
People come out
people
of
wanna
town. That's
come-
what they do. Yeah.
right. They want to come to the coast and they want to fish.
Yeah.
And guys, it's a deal. I mean, literally $1,000 for 3 days is
Right.
a deal. And then I think the motherships are charging a little bit less than that. Man, people pay a lot more than that just to go with a guide for 1 day.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're going to stay out there 3 days at some of the best fishing in the whole wide world and some
And
of the
get fed.
food and
Yeah.
get fed and best sunsets you'll ever see and stars. It's amazing,
Yeah.
Is
So
it is it people coming in to gamble that are then doing? Do they you feel like
Man,
that's
I don't-
casinos are drawing a lot?
I
of it?
don't think so. I think the fishing. I think
Okay.
people are coming here for the
Specifically.
fishing.
Good,
Yes, they've
good.
been. It's we have. It's. I don't want to say it's a secret, but it's
It's tucked away.
It is tucked away. It's not as well known. Whenever you start talking fishing, you start thinking South Louisiana and
Correct.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So since we got on that, I'm going to tell you something that aggravates me.
Get on it.
Explain the Chandeleur, Louisiana waters, Mississippi waters. Explain that to us because it aggravates me to all, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Explain how that worked.
Gosh, man. I think it all started with
I heard it was a barrel.
it was the whiskey barrel,
Right.
coming down the Pearl, and that's I guess the wind was blowing out of the west that particular day, and they end up getting Chandeleur, and we lost out.
Yeah.
So now we get to pay the big money.
It's
to
probably
fish out
shitty
there.
whiskey
So,
too.
yeah.
Probably.
Shitty.
So
Yeah.
technically, I mean, realistically, Chandeleur is south of Mississippi.
It is due south of Mississippi.
Just
That's
due
right.
south of Mississippi, Bay St.
Yeah.
Louis, stuff like that.
Right.
When you fish there, you're actually fishing Louisiana waters.
You're in Louisiana
Correct.
waters, and
Okay.
so you'll have to buy a 3-day Louisiana skiff license, which is $30, I think.
Okay.
That's what your cousin just asked in the comments. What about fishing license?
Yeah, then, and even if you were going to fish with me on a guide fishing trip, you would have to pay a 1-day $10 license. I mean, they just want to monitor who's fishing. They want to see who's
Right.
fishing our waters,
Right.
and it justifies somebody having a job, getting all that money. So
Yeah. So that you got to have that before you get out there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Do y'all have any kind of like, if you get out there and forget it, do y'all have any service? How's the service out there? Can you,
All right,
you got to stand on one foot and
we
reach out
have
there?
a satellite phone, but that's not going to help you.
Yeah.
So we'll try to figure something out.
Yeah. Try to get your licenses before you head out.
Please.
Yeah.
So
Comments are lighting up with LA 3-day fishing, like Louisiana 3-day fishing.
yeah.
license.
So word on the street is, and that T-Mobile has put some towers out on the rigs, so we might.
I heard
Get
about
I heard
that.
they got
I heard
a
about that.
rig that actually floats out there. I thought there was a floating hotspot out
That'd
there.
be
but
nice.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. So I need somebody to go out to the Pelican with their T-Mobile phone and let me know what's going down.
What's up with C Spire? They're supposed to be the local guys. Why don't they have a damn tower out there? Mounted right
It's
on top?
Louisiana, man. It ain't Mississippi. I guess is
Yeah.
Ceasefire in Louisiana?
No, well, no,
Yeah.
I guess not. I'm being selfish again.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
Thinking only about me. But yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great if the T-Mobile thing panned out and you
Oh
had a
my
little bit of sell.
gosh.
But I know that people talk about, well, you go out there to get away from all that kind of shit, but
Yeah,
it is nice to be able to take a picture and share it, and do
Yeah.
stuff like that while you're fishing, brag a little bit.
absolutely. That's that's a double-edged sword we're
It
talking
is,
about,
it
man. I
is,
was just
it
telling you
is.
about all the people fishing in that spot because one person put it on social media, and next thing
And
you
now
know,
everybody's out
Yeah.
there
there.
were literally 30 people shoulder to shoulder, still catching fish though.
That's the good thing about Chandeleur. Usually when it gets hot, there's
Yeah.
especially redfish.
Oh,
Now,
oh my God. Yeah.
you talked about that earlier. I mean, most people, well, I think from my knowledge of Chandeleur is you try to get out there early for the speck bite.
Absolutely.
But through the whole day, redfish are everywhere.
They're
just
everywhere.
chomping everything.
Right.
And they swim between your legs and everything.
And that's one of my favorite things about being a sight fisherman. You don't have to wake up early. I get to sleep in.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll out of here about 9 when the sun gets up high and then go catch some fish.
Now I guess that usually holds true with the tides and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But the thing about Chandeleur, when it gets cold and they get in those ditches and deep down trenches, and you can pretty much find them all day
you
long.
can find them all day long.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm getting a lot of questions, people emailing saying, hey, look, I'm going to need a guide. I'm like, no, you're not. You could pretty much, we're going to have GPSs on the new skiffs that we get in, and we'll have spots. So, hey, go to this spot, go to the next spot.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
If you're on your way to this spot and you see a school of mullet or you see some birds or you see some action, stop,
Throw
and
something.
fish that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have the ability to put people on fish without having an actual guide on the boat.
Yeah. But if you got them two guys working with you, they're going to tell them,
Yeah, they're
hey,
gonna
go
tell-
here,
Right.
use this,
Right.
come back in 30 minutes with a limited redfish.
See, and back in the old days, Mark would have jugs out. We go, all right, you guys go fish the jugs. So you drive around, you see a floating milk jug, and you go fishing and always catch fish. But everybody
I
else
was
saw
gonna
the
say,
jug.
I was going to say, yeah,
You
everybody.
pull up on the jug, and there's 5 boats drifting that same jug. So
Right.
Damn it.
yeah,
It's a
my job.
double-edged sword.
yeah.
It's a
I
double-edged
fished.
sword.
I'm not gonna lie. I fished the jugs too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is, it's open public water.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely, man.
you can't own the ocean, man.
Yeah.
No.
Do y'all ever do anything? I know with Kobe coming up pretty soon,
Oh,
that's a big spot.
It is.
The bar on Shandy for
Right.
Kobe. Do y'all ever do anything with that yet? Have y'all done anything with that?
We haven't, man. But like I said, it's something we're thinking about doing, like having an option. Look, you could, if you want to go cobia fishing, you could pay Todd or bring your own guide if you want to.
Yeah,
And,
because that's a spot.
right.
That's a
Or you
pretty
can
good
just
one.
take one of the little skiffs and anchor up out there and see what happens.
Yeah,
you
just
know.
to bring your chum. Journey.
Mhm.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Good.
I'm glad somebody, it didn't when the ownership changed, it didn't go to somebody that wasn't local, and you're
Right.
You're
Thank
from here. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
You're
thank you.
right down the road. So we wish you the best.
Thank
know what
you
I'm
so
saying?
much,
I
man.
hope, and we're trying to get out there too.
Come
We're
on.
trying to shoot that drone footage that you had out there
I'm
earlier.
ready. Since that drone hit the water,
Well,
it
I'm a
needs-
little nervous now after you told me that the drone y'all used hit the water. I'm a little scared to
Yeah,
bring
we
ours
might
out
have
there.
to put a life jacket on our drone.
Yeah, we will do that for sure. What you're on Facebook. I know
Right.
that because
Yes.
I stole your pictures
Yes.
for this. So tell people where they can find you. That's important.
All right. The website now, it's still pretty sad. It's we just copied a lot of stuff from Mark's website, which I don't want to say it was bad, but it's still from 1990s.
Nice.
So we still don't have our pictures updated on there yet, and we still don't have my booking thing, but it's still a work in progress. And the website is we still have ChandeleurGuideFishing.com, which was Mark's website forever and ever, and we have the Chandeleur Pelican.
Okay.
Okay.
The Facebook page and the Instagram are going to get more pictures and content than the website, obviously. So as soon as my web guy gets back from Disney this week, he's going to set up the gallery where the Facebook and Instagram pictures will automatically upload to the gallery, so we can have some fresh content on the website every now and then, so people can check in on it and see what's going on.
So where's the best place to book? Where do we need to go?
Right now, the best place to book is to call me
Okay.
or email. And the phone number is on the website. I think it's 228-875-9055. It's the phone number that Mark Stebley has had since he owned a phone.
So when you bought it, you got it all. You
I got
the
it
whole
all,
thing.
man. Yes, that's right. So I'm getting all his people calling for his car warranty every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Tell me that phone number again. I got 228. What is it?
875.
875. Oh, so that's an old school regular number.
Yeah,
right there. I
that's
like that.
landline.
Yeah, that's a land. 875 what?
9055.
All right, I'm gonna throw that up.
You got a phone that's connected to a wall?
Negative. You can text that thing actually. So man, welcome to 2021.
Yeah.
You can
actually
text the landline.
It's not a landline anymore. I just took the landline number.
Oh, okay, sweet.
You
Okay,
just
sweet.
transferred to a cell
Even
phone.
better.
That's right.
Even better.
Awesome.
Even better.
Yeah, he was ready for that thing to stop ringing at his house.
I bet.
I bet. And yeah, so I got it up here on the screen too. I'm gonna throw it up here. The Pelican Chandeleur Island. I stole that right off the Facebook page. So if you want to type that in, if you're looking at it, type that in right there, and it'll bring. It should on Facebook. Type it in on Facebook, and you should be able to find them. You're saying the best place to book though is the website still?
Negative.
Give
Man,
him a
you
call.
can't. Yeah, you're just gonna have to give me a
call.
call.
Okay.
The booking
I missed that.
the booking. There's a place to book on the website, but the dates are not accurate yet.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well,
and the
that's
booking site's terrible. I don't want to say it's terrible. It's just we're trying to figure out the best one because it's a pretty big expense.
yes.
So I've been looking at
Yeah.
everybody else's to see who does what, and just I've signed up for the free trial for all of them, and trying to figure out which one works.
Man,
There you go.
But I would
Hey,
love to
no
have it
doubt.
online.
Yeah, and shoot them a message on the Facebook page though,
Oh.
right? Y'all are checking that regularly. I
Yeah,
would assume.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I get messages all day long. Can
Yeah.
I?
That's the beauty of technology.
Yeah.
today.
Facebook, Instagram.
You said
It's all
Instagram, right? You are on
Instagram, and
Yeah.
I think it's opposite on that. I think it's just Pelican at Chandelier. That's
Okay.
what it says.
That'll work.
Yeah, they'll find you if they're looking for you, and
Yeah.
we'll
Man, it
share
ain't
we'll
hard.
share it all out on our stuff too. We'll
Thank
go ahead and
you.
look you up and
Sweet.
put it out there too. So
Yeah, you guys
we appreciate you coming in here and hanging out with us today,
Yeah,
man. I
man,
hope
it
we
was a
covered
blast.
everything that you wanted to touch on. Huh? We
think
didn't miss
so, man.
anything.
No, I think so. I think the biggest thing I wanted to get out there is that I'm excited, and I couldn't do this without the support of people like you guys and my friends and everybody who actually loves the Pelican, who's been out there. I mean, it's not like it's mine or ours. It's everybody's. Everybody who's ever been out there feels a part of it. And once you've been out there once, you're like, man, I love this place.
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And they all have that same passion that I do, and they want to see it succeed. So that everybody is helping us, which is great. And the other thing I want to express is we're going to be making it a better experience if possible. Trying to put some more love into it, and we are also, for the first time ever, open to new ideas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You got suggestion box.
suggestion box. Yeah. Ty said he made a suggestion box one time and he put it over the trash can.
Nice.
So it goes
Nice.
straight in there.
Yeah.
So it sounds like maybe you're updating your the customer feedback protocols.
Yeah,
over the trash can.
Exactly.
And the thing with
Yeah,
the
so
trash
we're gonna step it up. We want to make it, because like I said, man, it's not just mine. It's ours. It's everybody's, and I want to make it the best. The best experience that anybody can have, and I want people to love it as much as I do, and enjoy themselves as much as I do when I'm out there. Right now, I'm not having such a good time. I'm scrubbing Pelican crap off of Skiffs every freaking day, and
Yeah. It's
changing
just the nature of the beast.
changing oil in the outboards, and repairing fiberglass, and
If
painting
it's
the bottom
anything
seal.
around salt water, it's going to be a headache.
Oh man, yes.
Yeah.
I got my Jeep is full of water pumps and plywood and everything right now too. So.
Man, it'll
It's
be
a-
worth it. At the
Oh
end
my
there.
gosh, man! Yeah,
When summer gets here, you're going to be so busy, you're not going to know what to do, man.
Can't wait!
Hopefully.
I can't wait,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you got so many trips already booked.
Yes.
Up,
Yeah,
for this year.
we're super excited. But like I said, August and September are still wide open, and that is great. Bull redfish, Jack Crevalle month, cobia. I love catching sharks on the fly.
Yeah.
And this just, like I said, this is everything. Everything. There's still trout. Don't get me wrong. It's just hot.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
hot.
And I don't mind the heat. 'Cause
No,
Yeah.
you're in the water. You're fishing.
Yeah,
Why would you-
absolutely.
Yeah.
come in and get. I have AC run at the Pelican. Just run in there and get some AC.
Hot-
Go
grab a
here.
bite. Yeah. something to eat and something to drink, you're gonna go right back out.
Absolutely, guys.
Well, Mr. Richard, man, thanks again for coming and hanging out with us. We wish you all the best of luck, and we'll see if we can't get out there with you and take some photos and
Please.
share
Yes,
some
I
stuff.
want to
man.
come out there on that fly, man.
Yep.
That's what we want to do. We've been talking about that.
We'll get
doing
it
a fly
done. We'll
fishing
get it
down
done.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and people listening, go look them up. They're on all the social platforms, like we said. Just type in the Pelican Chandeleur Island, and they should show up. Book a trip, go out there and experience. If you haven't ever done it before, it's absolutely something worth doing. It should be a bucket list thing at a
Absolutely.
minimum for you. So go check it out. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. And Joey and I will see y'all on the next one, man.
Take it easy.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.